Corazon. I am an anthrax, butcher bacterium, warm life destroying. Morpheus. I am a world, space floating, life nurturing. Corazon. I am a nova, all exploding, planet cremating. Morpheus. I am the universe, all things encompassing, all life embracing. Corazon. I am anti-life, the beast of judgment. I am the dark at the end of everything. The end of universes, gods, worlds, of everything. And what will you be then, Dream Lord? Morpheus. I am hope. Neogemin. A song of hope. Find the least among us. Listen to their voice. Stories filled with sadness, a life of little choice. Hear the drums beating whenever they try. Feel the rising mantra amid their desperate cry. Hope for the ages as the lyrics dawn. Listen to the music as their song is born. Find the strength and courage to let them sing for you, for they will tell the story of all we need to do. Remember, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Stephen King. Do not lose hope. What you seek will be found. Trust dreams, trust your heart, and trust your story. Neil Gaiman. Before the day, there is a small moment of time after just awakening when the day is still and new and fresh, and where there is a feeling of peace and hope and beauty. It might be for only a second. It might seem like an apparition on a dark night or the hint of a breeze on a sultry day, but it is there. Hope is still there. I believe that imagination is stronger than knowledge, that myth is more potent than history, that dreams are more powerful than facts, that hope always triumphs over experience, that laughter is the only cure for grief, and I believe that love is stronger than death. Robert Fulghum. To be truly radical is to make hope possible rather than despair convincing. Raymond Williams. Something missing. You might believe that something is missing in you, that you are not capable of dealing with the life you are facing. You are wrong. What you think is missing is actually there inside of you. Keep looking. Get help in the search. Hiding beneath the veil of hopelessness is hope. You are capable of finding it. It is worth the effort. You are worth the effort. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Langston Hughes. Great hope has no real footing unless one is willing to face into the doom that may also be on the way. Norman Mailer.
There's something missing inside of me, an empty space inside of me. I had it once inside of me, of me. I've got to find it hiding inside of me, but I get lost looking inside of me. I'm just tired of wasting my life away. I've got to make a new start, so I've got to look real deep in my heart. I'm just tired of wasting my life away. I've got to make a new start, so I've got to look real deep in my heart, real deep in my heart, real deep in my heart.
Move it. You have to move. Hope involves movement. It is not just about wishing for a happy outcome. It is not just wishing life would change. You have to move toward hope, toward life. The movement might be physical, emotional, or spiritual, or all of them. Movement says life. Maybe it's going to a counselor, or to a concert, or going for a walk. Movement says hope is possible. Movement says I can find my way to hope. The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope. Barack Obama. Hope is the heartbeat of the soul. Michelle Horst. Calm your mind. Hopelessness is a state of mind. It is not a fact. It is an opinion. Many people in the last stages of a terminal illness or in concentration prison camps created hope in their lives. They knew that the physical outcome of their situation probably would not be good, but they also knew that they would not allow their minds to be defeated. They knew that helplessness about a situation did not mean things were hopeless for them in a spiritual, psychological, and emotional sense. They were in charge of hopeless. They said no to that. But hope is no less realistic than despair. It is still our choice whether to live in light or lie down in darkness. Rick Yancey. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That way lays defeat and death. Nelson Mandela. A caring soul. A caring soul can make all the difference. Be one. If you think that no one cares for you, you care for you. Then go care for someone else. People whose why of life involves caring for other people find great joy in their lives. They find strength that they never knew they had. They find resiliency and purpose and courage. They find these things in the people they care for. They find hope where all they saw was barrenness. When you care, you are cared for. When you help others find hope, you find it for yourself. It is by choice and not by chances that we change our circumstances. Nadia Sahari. I have come to accept the feeling of not knowing where I am going, and I've trained myself to love it, because it is only when we are suspended in midair with no landing in sight that we force our wings to unravel and begin our flight. And as we fly, we still may not know where we are going to, but the miracle is in the unfolding of the wings. You may not know where you're going, but you know that so long as you spread your wings, the winds will carry you. C. Joy Bell, C. Kids. Even at the worst of times, kids can remind you of your spirit. They bring hope alive by their very essence. Kids are like a fine jazz piece. They bring spontaneity, curiosity, and joy. They bring life. They bring hope. Though kids can start the rejuvenation process, you have to be willing to join in. Kids won't fix your problems, but they can help rekindle your heart and your spirit. Hope has a chance. I look in the mirror through the eyes of the child that was me. Judy Collins. The soul is healed by being with children. Fyodor Dostoevsky. At midnight. Sometimes midnight is used as a metaphor for the end, but midnight can also be the beginning, a new chance. Having your back against the wall and feeling that time is running out does not have to be overwhelming. It can be a time that sharpens your senses and focuses your energy. It can be a time of opportunity, even in the midst of a mess. It is never too late to start over. Hope does not leave without being given permission. Rick Riordan. I believe in hope, in what is something called radical hope. I believe there's hope for all of us, even amid the suffering. And that's why I write fiction, probably. It's my attempt to keep that fragile strand of radical hope, to build a fire in the darkness. John Green. Rain, thunder, the storm is coming. But you might be confused. Is this a storm bringing you nourishment, or is it a storm bringing you more grief? The energy is fierce. You can feel that something is fighting for your spirit. You must engage the energy of the storm. You can make it your nourishment. You can come out of this storm ready to continue on. You begin to feel the hope. Let your spirit come alive. Even in the mud and scum of things, something always, always sings. Ralph Waldo Emerson. For like a shaft, clear and cold, the thought pierced him that in the end the shadow was only a small and passing thing. There was light and high beauty forever beyond its reach. J.R.R. Tolkien. It is not light that we need, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. Frederick Douglass. Awareness. Awareness is the byword. Just as animals at a waterhole look up every few seconds to scan their environment, so must you be aware. The awareness might be for threats both external and internal to your physical and psychological spiritual existence. The awareness must also be for allies and sources of strength and beauty that are in you and in your environment. Pay attention. Be open. Hope attracts chances. Toby Beta. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. William Faulkner. You do not need to know precisely what is happening or exactly where it is all going. What you need is to recognize the possibilities and challenges offered by the present moment and to embrace them with courage, faith, and hope. Thomas Merton. And I sometimes think that a moment of touching is the difference between complete utter despair and the ability to carry on. Eleanor Cameron. Life is a hard battle anyway. If we laugh and sing a little as we fight the good fight of freedom, it makes it all go easier. I will not allow my life's light to be determined by the darkness around me. Sojourner Truth. Who knows? Sometimes you just want to find someone who can give you answers to all you are dealing with. Just remember, there are a lot of people who will tell you that they have the answer. Be careful of those people. The ones who say they will help you find your own answers are the ones to focus in on. They are the ones trying to help you, not save you. Ultimately, the answers you are looking for are inside of you. It might be hard to see them now, and you might need help to uncover them, but they are there. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Emily Dickinson. Hope is a waking dream. Aristotle. We dream to give ourselves hope. To stop dreaming, well, that's like saying you can never change your fate. Amy Tan. The light. Sometimes you might feel like you are lost in the dark. There doesn't seem to be any way out of this mess. There is light, though. As hard as it might be to believe, that light is you. Others have realized that and found their way out. Find their stories. Their way might not be exactly your way, but it demonstrates that there is a way. Without a struggle, there can be no progress. Frederick Douglass. And indeed it could be said that once the faintest stirring of hope became possible, the dominion of plague was ended. Albert Camus. To love life, to love it even when you have no stomach for it, and everything you've held dear crumbles like burnt paper in your hands, your throat filled with the silt of it. When grief sits with you, its tropical heat thickening the air, heavy as water, more fit for gills than lungs. When grief weights you like your own flesh, only more of it, an obesity of grief. You think, how can a body withstand this? Then you hold life like a face between your palms, a plain face, no charming smile, no violet eyes, and you say, yes, I will take you. I will love you again. Ellen Bass. Starting over. It's one thing knowing something, and it's another thing doing something. Even after you realize that the light is you and that you have more power than you ever realized, you still have to begin the process of starting over. You can look at this starting over as a burden or as an incredible opportunity, another choice on your journey. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Others before you have forged a way. There are others who have stood with you and are standing by you now. Where there is no hope, it is incumbent on us to invent it. Albert Camus. It's probably my job to tell you life isn't fair, but I figure you already know that. So instead, I'll tell you that hope is precious, and you're right not to give up. C.J. Redwine. In a time of destruction, create something. Maxine Hong Kingston. Persistence is critical. Perhaps the most important aspect of keeping hope alive is persistence. Don't quit. Don't try to do it all alone, but don't quit. Don't just take it from me. Talk to people or read about people who did not quit. They found help. They found the courage to change the way they were dealing with life. And as I watched him, I knew that in every dark night, there was somewhere a small light burning that could never be quenched. Juliet Marlier. Don't despair. Despair suggests you are in total control and know what is coming. You don't. Surrender to events with hope. Alain de Botton. True hope is swift and flies with swallows' wings. William Shakespeare.
Persistence, I just never give in. When others quit, I know I'll just begin again. And when I don't think that I can, persistence comes and tells me do it again. Oh, persistence, it keeps me on track. When some tear down, I know that I will build it back. And when I think that I can't do more, persistence comes and picks me off of the floor. Persistence is a friend of mine. When others left, it stayed behind. When no one else believed in me, persistence told me stick it out and you'll see. Oh, persistence, it conquered my fears. I would have missed my life. I'm glad that it was here to help me get through the day. Persistence, I know that you always will stay. Persistence is a friend of mine. When others left, it stayed behind. When no one else believed in me, persistence told me stick it out and you'll see. Oh, persistence, when all's said and done, when you look back, you'll see persistence was the one that got you through the times that were rough. Persistence gave you strength and helped you be tough.
Home. Ram Dass says we're all just walking each other home. And what is home? There is no one nice answer. I believe it is where you feel loved, supported, challenged, and worth the effort. You might not always like it, but you love it. Home isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect. But you know when you're there, home has what you need to grow and thrive. Everybody has a home team. It's the people you call when you get a flat tire or when something terrible happens. It's the people who, near or far, know everything that's wrong with you and love you anyways. These are the ones who tell you their secrets, who get themselves a glass of water without asking when they're at your house. These are the people who cry when you cry. These are your people, your middle of the night, no matter what people. Shauna Niequist. Of course, the sad truth is that not everybody does have a home team. But you can be somebody's home team. You can be that person. You can't be that for everyone, but you can be that for someone. Scott Shepard. When you begin to feel the wind beneath you and the strength to set off, you will find yourself soaring. You might realize that certain people and situations have been keeping you on the ground, and you have to move on from them. It can be painful, but necessary. Find that wind, feel that strength, soar. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Nelson Mandela. Don't worry if people think you're crazy. You are crazy. You have that kind of intoxicating insanity that lets other people dream outside of the lines and become who they're destined to be. Jennifer Elizabeth.
Soaring above the clouds across the sky, soaring, my spirit flies. I've torn down all my fences, freed up my senses, opened my eyes to the beauty everywhere. Sometimes you have to choose another way. Sometimes you have to finally say, I've got to take my chances. I've got to find the strength in me to set my spirit free. Soar, know that there is more than just a life full of ills and a life full of bills. Soar, find the spark inside. Let the burdens fall from your wings and let your heart start to sing. Your heart start to sing. I once let others tell me how to live. I once let my poor soul slip away. No more this life of horror. I found the wind, I found the sky. Now I not only fly, I soar. I found the wind, I found the sky, I found there's more. I
Celebrate another day, another chance. Believe that you will celebrate your life again no matter what you are feeling now. There will always be good and bad times. You will learn to celebrate yourself, warts and all. Celebrate your strengths and your ability to deal with your weaknesses. You're not perfect, nobody is, but you are you. You are unique. You have something to offer no one else does. Celebrate that. Never give up. It's like breathing. Once you quit, your flame dies, letting total darkness extinguish every last gasp of hope. You can't do that. You must continue taking in even the shallowest of breaths. Continue putting forth even the smallest of efforts to sustain your dreams. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. Rochelle E. Goodridge.
another day.